In this video, I'm going to be talking about my final prediction for the game this weekend being played in Melbourne, Australia, between the Australian Wallabies and the New Zealand All Blacks. Okay, so less than 24 hours before the All Blacks play the Wallabies in Melbourne, and it's going to be a fantastic encounter. I'm going to give you my score prediction in this video for this game, and I think it's going to be closer than what some people are suggesting. Some people are picking the Wallabies to beat the All Blacks. It could happen. I'm not writing them off at all, but I'm saying that if the All Blacks do play with the intensity and the consistency and they don't get complacent in this game, I think that's probably one of their biggest concerns is complacency, then they should get over the top of the Wallabies. I do have a strategy that I think the All Blacks might turn to in this game, particularly in the beginning of the game, and that is I think the All Blacks loose forwards and pack are going to keep the ball tight and do a lot of work around the ruck and maul, taking it to the 9 and 10 of Australia. Tate McDermott and Carter Gordon are new in these positions, and they're going to be under a bit of pressure, and I think if they're going to have to do a lot of defensive work in the first 20 minutes or so, it's going to take a bit of energy away from them to be able to capitalise on any attacking play from the Wallabies. So maybe that's a strategy the All Blacks might deploy in the early stages of this game, is to keep the 9 and 10 of Australia busy in defence and sapping them of a lot of energy. Let me know what you think of that one. So my score predictor for this one is I think the All Blacks are going to win by 33 points to 21. I think the Wallabies are going to get some points against the All Blacks, but I think in the end the All Blacks are going to prevail. I see the All Blacks bench being stronger. I see the All Blacks having more experience. There's a lot of young, exciting guys in this Wallaby team, no doubt about that. But they haven't played a lot of rugby under this intensity in front of 80,000 people before, and that's how many is going to be at the game on Saturday. And I think in the end, the All Blacks experience is going to help them get over the line. We've got a very strong All Black team in this weekend, and there's a reason why Ian Foster and crew have done that. They want to see how this combination goes again when they're under pressure, and let me get it no wrong here, they're going to be under pressure in Melbourne, that's for sure, in this game. An interesting fact is the All Blacks only flew to Melbourne 48 hours before the game, and Jason Ryan said, interestingly enough, in one of the press conferences that they wanted to adopt this strategy because this is what they'll be doing in France during the World Cup. So already got an eye on those sorts of details that the All Blacks are incorporating into their process as they head into this game. I think the All Blacks centre pairing of Ioane and Jordie Barrett are going to be too strong for the Australians, even though I do like Kerevi and Pataya, but I think when they're going backwards, it's another question, and I think there's going to be a lot of pressure put on them. Expect Andrew Callaway at the back to get some high testing balls from both Richie Mo'unga and Beauden Barrett. I think there's going to be a strong strategic kicking game from the All Blacks in this match as well. That's going to probably unsettle the Australians. The Australians are going to be depending on getting ball and perhaps some scrappy ball to be spontaneous in the back line and to open it up. Eddie Jones has spoken throughout the week about, the All Blacks are not the only team that want to run and do an open play of rugby. The Australians want to do that as well, but as we know, you've got to get enough ball to be able to do that and make it effective over the 80 minutes. I think the All Blacks bench is good and strong, and it's going to come on and hopefully continue that consistency that we're looking for from the All Blacks over 80 minutes of this match. So I think it's going to be close. I think if the crowd get into it early, the Australians get pumped by staying close to the All Blacks in that first 20 minutes, then I think it's game on. But I think if the All Blacks start significantly again by punching their way close to the Aussie line and connecting, or converting I should say, points on the scoreboard, that's going to add pressure onto the Wallabies straight away, and if they're going to have to chase the game, I think that's where they might fall over. But whatever happens this weekend, I'm sure it's going to be a great game in Melbourne, Australia. It's a great spectacle for the sport in the Aussie rules homeland in Australia. To take rugby there is a great thing to do, and we are going to see a great game. So how about you put your comments below, let me know what score you think it's going to be between the New Zealand All Blacks, the Australian Wallabies in Melbourne this weekend. Really interested to know how close you think it's going to be. Maybe we might even get a draw in this game. Could that possibly happen? And don't forget, I'll be back here on Inside Rugby straight afterwards doing a review of the game, telling you all my thoughts on the players and how they went, and all about the final score as well. So until then, stay safe everyone, stay well, enjoy your rugby, and I'll be back again soon right here on Inside Rugby.